it's Ron Brown with Tech for Senior Live. I'll be your host today. Please put in the chat where you're from and who you are. When we start reviewing the news articles, if you want to look at our Facebook page, just click here and you can follow the articles along as we go. See you in a moment. Good morning. January the 5th, 2023. I'm Ron Brown. This is Tech for Senior Live. I'll be your host today. If you are listening out there, thank you so much for coming. We certainly build on your enthusiasm. If you're listening to a YouTube short, just click the link and it'll take you right to the show. In today's show, we're going to be with you for about an hour. We're going to talk about the first part of the show. I'm going to do some introduction, and we're going to talk about our favorite two apps on our smartphone. So if you do have a smartphone and you're thinking about that, maybe think about some of the apps that you're using. We'll then go over the news of the week, drink some coffee, have a good time, and the hour is going to fly by. If you want to follow us along, all the articles that we talk about, our latest news articles, are of course on our Facebook page, and we will. Let me see, where are we here? We can certainly. Let's just here. Come up here. This is our Facebook. This is our Facebook page. If you want to follow the articles along, you're most welcome to do that. The other thing is we have no idea who's out there listening, and well, we all enjoy each other's company. And if no one shows up, we'll just drink some coffee, have a chat. We've been talking for the last half an hour before as a pre-show warm up, so we'll sit and have a coffee and go home. But if you are listening out there, please put your name in the chat and tell us who you are and maybe what's the weather like. Maybe tell us a couple of cool apps you use on your phone that are your favorite apps. We'll talk about those in just a few minutes. Of course, you're probably wondering who we all are. Well, we, of course, are the gang from Tech for Senior, which is our Monday show. Our big show is on Monday. It's a Zoom meeting, and we have, of course, this is broadcast over to YouTube. We're just coming into season 4. So we've been doing this, will be our 4th year, and we've got about, we're up to 100. This will be our 145th episode. Huey, we're getting old.
We are. It was only
supposed
to. It was only going to last a few months.
Yeah. So we're gonna do 100. So anyway, that's our big show on Monday. So you're most welcome to come and listen. You can find all the information about our show and about Tech for Senior at our website, and this is our website, www.techforsenior.com. And if you want to keep in touch with us, we do have a newsletter. It comes out twice a week. There's a lot of good information in it, and it's free. And we don't even want your email address you have to put your email address, but we don't even want your credit card or there's no advertising. It's just we'll just send you some good information twice a week. We do this show is, of course, not a Zoom meeting. This is through StreamYard. We're broadcasting this out, and it's going to our Facebook and YouTube feed. So you can either watch it on either Facebook or YouTube. And we'll be talking for the next hour. The show goes for an hour, and as I said, then we podcast this out. So tomorrow it will be available as a podcast. Now, you probably are wondering who these 3 other people in the screen are. You may think that we're all sitting in a studio, but we're not. We're actually sitting We're all over the country. We're in different countries. We're on East Coast, West Coast. Some of us have lots of snow. Some of us are in the sun. Some of us are going to Hawaii. Some of us are going like it's all over. But through the magic of technology and the internet, we can actually all come together every Thursday morning and do the show. So I'm going to introduce everybody now so that you know who we all are. Let me just hide this, and that'll bring up where we're from. So I'm Ron Brown, and I live on a little island off the west coast of Canada, and it's called Vancouver Island. I live in a community called Comox, Comox. Today, the temperature is about 39 degrees out. It's drizzly west coast rainy sort of weather, and that's where we are today. Now, in contrast to that, the man who basks in the sun and always gloats over the weather is, of course, Huey Poplick, my partner, who is a co-host on our Monday show. And Huey, of course, is in Bradenton, Florida, so he's the farthest guy away. He's way over the other side of the world there, and he's always telling me how great the weather is. And he also is sort of a famous guy as well because he does a lot of podcasts. He does a lot of shows. He's a popular guest speaker, and of course, the co-host of our Monday show. Huey, so how the heck are you doing?
I am busy.
Are you?
I have I've had within a week about 5 different presentations to do. We got this, and then Sunday is my Windows SIG.
Oh yeah.
CFCS and the Sarasota Technology Group, STUG, and I'm also doing the presentation I did here. I did it in 2 parts on setting up your smart TV and then all the free movie channels and services that are available. I'm going to be doing that for APCUG on a Wednesday this month. And the notices for that will go out soon. And then I've had Speakers Bureau finally have rediscovered me, and I've got 4 different presentations set up over the next couple of months with them. So,
you're just a busy guy.
Yep.
Speaking of a busy guy, sorry, go ahead.
And it's thundering like mad here.
Oh, is it? Any snow on the horizon?
No, it was 74 when I checked a couple hours ago. So.
All right. Okay. By the way, I put that. So if they want to sign up for your WinSig on Sunday, there's the link, and it's you can do it from Huey.net, right?
Yep.
Okay. Speaking of holidays, the sun, and fun in the sun, we have our security expert who has been with us right since the first day we started the show. He's a security expert, not just a security expert, but he's a prolific video producer of content of all forms of software and security. He's such a smart guy. But he's taking 3 weeks off, and he's going on a cruise to Hawaii. So he may be joining us next week from the miracles of the internet on the ocean. And of course, that's Bob Gustisha from Los Lunas, New Mexico, or Meadow Lake. Even if you want to get closer, it's he's actually in Meadow Lake. So Bob, don't forget your sunscreen.
Where it's currently a balmy 34 degrees.
Going to get a lot warmer, though.
It will be, I guess, in a couple of days. Right.
Yeah.
Huey, I'm going to miss Sundays because the ship sails on Sunday.
Yeah. My ship already sailed.
Which cruise line are you going with, Bob?
Celebrity.
Oh, good. Yeah, Celebrity. Oh, great. So that's good. Well, we look forward to
I've been busy with DALL-E 2 putting together some photos that it renders. I just tell it what I'd like to see, and it's been busy making photos of my trip to Hawaii. and what I can expect once I get there.
There you go.
Pretty interested.
There you go. We were hoping to see you in a bathing suit drinking a Mai Tai.
No.
I think Dali 2.
No.
I think Dali 2 will probably be making that video, making that image, right?
Yeah, that's not going to be me.
All right. Then, of course, changing the weather climate a little bit, because this is a man who's been up to his ears in snow, lost power for 48 hours, had to put on his parka to stay warm. Couldn't come to the show on Monday because he didn't have any power. This would be Ray Baxter from Pine, Arizona. He, of course, is our musical director on our show on Monday. He's a great guy. He's president of APCUG, Association of Personal Computer User Group, and also the treasurer. So he's obviously a trustworthy guy because he holds all the money. And we used to send all our checks to him when I was involved with our computer club. So he's also a very nice guy, and he's been with us for almost since the start of our Monday show. So welcome, Ray. It's nice to see you back and not looking blue or sort of really cold. It's nice you got your heat back and you're up and running.
It's glad to be back. We live in a pine forest, and of course, there a lot of outdoor power lines. And once the snow hits, and it's a heavy snow, if it knocks the branches off the trees knock the power lines down. So it was only about 12 hours that we were without, and it was all daytime. In the past, when it's happened at night, I have to actually get my fireplace going, not so much for the heat, but just to add some additional light. One time, my wife and I played Scrabble with a flashlight hanging from the chandelier. So you do what you can, but 12 hours after it, we're back and it's fine. I was out actually getting my car ready, shoveling it out, so I'll be able to use it today.
There you go. There you go. So, well, that's who we are. Let's see who they are. Huey, do we have anybody out there listening to us?
Yeah, let me go over and take a look.
Oh, Jolin's here. Welcome. Jolin, of course, she is from the low country of South Carolina, but she is the computer person's computer guru. She spends about 5 days a week at their computer club doing computer tech work. She is the techie of all techs, and she donates her time how will I put it? Unselfishly. She spends all her time helping seniors with computers. So thanks so much, Jolin, for all you do. And we look forward to another great year. She helps us out with our, by the way, learning Chromebooks. We should remind everyone too, Huey. We, of course, you and I do a monthly show, Learning Chromebooks. Jolin often helps us out with that. And so that's a monthly show that we do. Mike Hungerman. Mike also is part of Tech for Senior. He is doing, of course, the series now on EV cars. He did a very popular one last Monday on battery technology. And as we move through the EV car experience this year, he's going to be keeping us updated on that. So thank you, Mike, for all you do. Happy New Year. It's a gray day in Orlando, not producing much energy from the solar panels. Mike has big solar panels on his roof. He did a whole series on home solar panels, and every time it's sunny in Orlando, he's smiling because he's making money. Jeff, hello from wet and rainy Southern California. Happy New Year to everyone. Yes, but I bet you everyone's happy it's raining because you're getting lots of rain in California. You're going to fill the lakes up. That's what you want. Dick Vogel, 2 favorite cell phone apps: Radar Now, yes, and Evernote with Echo Bee close behind. Well, you'll be interested to know my 2. I'll tell you that in a minute. But Dick, we're thinking on the same lines. Richard Clarkson from Monrovia, California. Another rainy day and 51 degrees right now. Dick Vogel, Happy New Year from Central Florida. Mike Hungerman, oh, right. CES starts today. A gluttony of tech to review online if you can't make it to Las Vegas. Yes, some of the articles that we're going to see today are from Las Vegas. A lot of cool new stuff coming. And I'm sure we'll have this will be lots of things we'll talk about on our show on Monday, probably on this show as well over the next couple of weeks. Lots of good stuff.
Yeah, the last time I went to CES, Mike and I traveled together, and we enjoyed it. But I think I don't think I could do it again. But there's a lot of people there and a lot of walking.
And I were talking. He said it's with the like a big part of CES this year is going to be cars and the electric cars, eh? So that's interesting. Liz from Ohio. Hi, Liz. Donna Armitage, Apple Health app, especially for sleep and exercise. 41 degrees in Orlando. Yes.
No, Olympia, Washington.
Oh, sorry, Olympia. Olympia, Washington.
Wrong end of the country.
It doesn't get that cold in Florida.
Right. Bernardo DeFazio, Sterling Heights Computer Club, Detroit, Michigan. Welcome. George Bowden from Victoria. Yes. Murray Strom. Murray. I think Murray missed our Monday show, didn't he? Yeah. Happy New Year from Victoria, BC. Also on Ron's Island. Yeah, we'll call it Ron's Island. But no rain here now, and it will be sunny in a couple of hours. Well, I don't know, Murray. It's supposed to, the big southeasterly coming in this afternoon, and it's raining here. So I don't think you're going to have too much sun down there. Irving Gersevich, snowbirding in Deerfield Beach, Florida. What a nice change from Ottawa. Temperature currently 84 degrees. Yes, we call them snowbirds, right?
Yep.
Bob Baxter, Bellevue, Washington, 50 degrees and cloudy. Bob talked on her Monday show. Bob had a Toyota Prius, and he had it, which is a hybrid, and he talked about having his Prius battery replaced, and that was cool. He did it right in his driveway, and he showed us pictures last week of it. Welcome, Bob, and thank you for your help last week. Joan Gree, good morning from Victoria. Bill Fritz, favorite apps, Adobe Scan and Our Groceries. Oh, that's cool. Do you guys use Our Groceries? Is that a proprietary chain? Is that, Bill, Our Groceries, is that a proprietary app for a specific grocery line, or is it for
it's probably a shopping list?
Maybe it's a shopping list. Well, we'll have to look at that. Our Groceries. Yeah. That's good. And then, of course, Adobe Scan is good stuff. Thanks, Bill. Bill H. Hi. The Lebanon pool was clean and warm again this morning. Mike Lehman, Moncton, New Brunswick. Wow, that's great. Hi, Mike. Bill H. I hit a thumbs up, like, and how about all of you. Well, thanks. If you are listening to the show, give us a thumbs up on YouTube. Just hit that little button and give us a thumbs up. That's always great. It helps spread the good word. Kathleen Steed from New York. Still a scrambled mind with URLs. I go to the Clearer CFCS Stug site. 64 degrees yesterday, down to 51 degrees in New York. Good. So we've got a good group. I guess we better entertain them and keep going with our show, eh? All right. Let's talk about our two favorite apps. Huey, why don't you start?
I don't know where to begin. I've got. There's no way I can just limit it to two.
Give me your two favorite ones that you use.
Well, I probably use my password manager the most, and that's called eWallet from that I've been using since I had a Palm Pilot, and it's on all of my devices, including my phone, and so I can look up any password at any time, no matter where I am. And then the other one is a Simple Note. Simple Note is a note taker, but I also have it on my PC. I have it on my Chromebook, and I can just jot something down or something that I copy and paste a lot or often. I'll put in Simple Note. I open up Simple Note. I grab whatever is there, and It's always up to date, and it's always synced.
Okay, that's two interesting ones. Bob, how about you?
Something called Sync Up.
Oh, Sync Up,
Sync Up. SYNC Up. And
Sync Up. Okay.
it happens to be not what you think, has nothing to do with syncing anything. It has to do with my car. It's a plug that goes into your car. It comes from T-Mobile, and it always lets me know where the car is. It lets me know when somebody hits the car. It lets me know when there are updates that have to be done, when there are recalls. And I have it on my phone, and my wife has it on her phone. So it depends on who's in the car. We always know where the other person is. And you could say, gee whiz, you're spying on the other person. Both of us are elderly. It's kind of nice to know if there's a problem, you'll know about it immediately.
Where does it plug in the car, Bob? What do you plug it into?
That plug underneath the dashboard.
Oh,
right
that's
there. The
what's it
same
called?
place that Sync Up. You
Yeah,
get it
but
from,
I guess that's that diagnostic port.
correct. The same one where
Oh,
you
okay.
get to find out when you have problems with the
Oh,
the
okay.
car. And if I
Cool.
need it, they just unplug that one, plug in theirs to find out but it actually tells you when there are recalls on your car and everything else.
Sync Up, eh?
Sync
And
Up.
and now did you get it from Verizon or is it?
No, from T-Mobile.
Oh, T-Mobile. Did you get it from
T-Mobile.
T-Mobile?
Yes. Yep.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, the unit itself, when I first purchased it, was $79. And then I pay $10 a month. So that $10 a month gives me that service. It also gives me Wi-Fi in the car.
Ah.
Yeah. And that has come in
Ooh.
handy. Yep.
Ah, that's cool. All right. That's number one. You've got another app?
That's number one. The second one, very simple. My use of the search on my phone, because it's got voice search.
Ah,
So many of the things I don't type. I hate typing on the phone.
right.
Okay. I can do all of that stuff with voice, including making phone calls, taking a picture. If I tell my phone, take a photo, then 3-second delay or count of three delay, and boom, it takes the picture.
What? You just
One of
talk
the-
to your phone?
Yes.
Mine too.
Really?
Hit the microphone on your phone in the search
Yeah.
and say, take a photo.
Huh.
And then you have 3 seconds to do whatever you want to do, and it snaps the picture. My wife doesn't like taking photos. And when I showed her that the other day, she says, wow, I guess I'll be taking lots of photos, because she didn't have to worry about buttons. She just touches that microphone and says, take a
Yeah.
photo, and
Huh.
there we go.
Cool. All
See?
right. Couple of good
You're
ideas.
never too old to learn.
Yes, that's good. Hey, couple of good ones there. Yeah, that's great. Ray, what is your what are
Well,
your
I'm going to just tag on to Bob. My flip phone has the feature where you set it up, and the person that is about to have the picture, all they have to do is say cheese, and it takes the picture.
Oh, really?
Yeah. So
Now hold it. You should tell them you have the Samsung Galaxy 3
flip 3,
That's right.
and
Is
or
that cool?
or the person's picture. If they raise their hand, it'll take their picture without saying anything.
Ah,
There's a lot of neat features in these phones when you take the time to look into them. So I'm going to be a little bit embarrassed here. My two favorite apps on my cell phone are entertainment apps, not
Oh.
learning curves like all you smart guys. So the first one is a game I love to play, and when I need a little break from everything else, I play backgammon. Here's a game that's been around for over 1,000 years, and but it's not. It's a little bit challenging. You have to actually consider the strategy that you're going to use. So I like backgammon, and then the other one I use is YouTube Music Premium. So that one I pay for, but it gives me no ads when I'm watching YouTube, and I watch a lot of YouTube for the music aspects of it, as well as any of the movies that are on YouTube. They'll be shown without any ads. So I got the family plan. My wife is on it. My stepdaughter is on it, and it's we love it. So those are my two:
Cool. That's
Backgammon
great.
and YouTube Music Premium.
Now, just refresh my memory. I have YouTube Premium, but not Music Premium. So is the difference is
No, I think you have it, but you have to sign into it. But they call it YouTube Music Premium, and I have access then to the movies and everything on YouTube without commercials, as well as setting up a music
okay.
streaming service, so I can
Okay.
stream all the music that's been saved on YouTube. And I'm doing this for this group of mine that we call ourselves RCA, and they're the Record Collectors of Arizona, and they've been living in the 20th century for the longest time, playing CDs and 45 RPM records. And I meet with them the first Saturday of every month in Mesa, and I'm bringing them into where the 21st century, where we're now playing the music we love to hear off of my computer based on playlists that I set up in YouTube Music.
So maybe I guess the issue with me is I've got to log into that service, right? I have
Yeah,
to log.
yeah.
Oh,
Set
okay.
your account up, and I bet you'll have it.
Okay.
What
Well,
are you
cool.
paying?
I didn't even know that. I didn't even
$12
know
a
that.
month for, it's either 12 a month or 23 a month for family plan.
Yeah.
And if you're paying that, you should have access to the whole.
Oh, good.
whole
Okay.
bunch.
Okay. Well, I learned something. That's great, Ray. Thanks a lot. That's
About
great.
the audience, you want to look at some of the audience's
Just hold on.
responses?
I want to give my two
Okay.
predictions or my
Oh,
two.
oh
my
yeah, I
two
forgot about
I gotta
you.
go too. I gotta
Yeah, I
tell you
forgot about
mine.
you.
Right. So okay. So my actually, and it's hard, really hard, because like you guys say, there's so many of them that I use. My phone really is indispensable now, and it's with me all the time because I just use so many. But the two that I thought about that were so neat was my Ecobee thermostat, and that's sort of cool that I use all the time because the studio here is downstairs, and we have an upstairs living area, and that's where the Ecobee thermostat is. So as I move around the house, I'm constantly looking and adjusting the temperature if it's too cold or too hot. And I've never had it. We just had that installed last year, and I find it really, really helpful. And so I would strongly encourage, if you don't have a wireless thermostat, mine is Ecobee. If their Google makes them, and there are lots of different companies that make them. But if you don't have one, you should really get one installed, because I think there's a big advantage of doing that. So that was my first one. I think one of our callers or viewers said the same thing. The second one, and I thought long and hard about this. Man, it was a tough decision. But what I'm going to say is my second one is my Wise wireless plugs. I have these plugs all over the house, and I control them on timers through my phone, and I use it all the time. So I mean, it's just a real functional thing, and I'm more and more I'm using these more and more and more as we look at different devices that we're always plugging something in, and it doesn't need to be plugged in all the time. So I'm really enjoying the Wise wireless plugs. So those are my two that is sort of really cool.
Are you controlling that through Miss A?
No, I'm not. No, I know I know I could. Well, because in this house, when I mention Miss A, I get man, they all go off. They all go off. You should see me in the morning when I ask Miss A to turn on because I have the the Amazon TV, the new TV that's got Miss A all incorporated into it. And when I start in the morning, turn the TV on, turn YouTube on, and I start, they're all chirping at me, right? And I just don't want to have to deal with the wireless plug thing as well. That gets a little bit much. So anyway, let's see what are the other comments today? Then we'll get on with the news.
Yeah. Okay, let's.
Mike says, I'm still using LastPass on my devices, including my Pixel phone. I've added their authenticator as well for the 2-factor sign-ins. Yes. Jolin says, my two are Smart Record. Oh, I read about that the other day. Yeah, I got to talk to Jolin about that. Smart Record. Yeah, that's a good one, I think. And then Nest thermostat. Right, exactly. Well, you have Nest and I have the Ecobee for a relaxing daily themed crossword. Steve Parker, V flat for the iPhone, amazing dock scanner. Okay. John, and oh, my blue link for my 2019 Hyundai Santa Fe.
No.
So she's got a, so blue link, I guess, is that a separate program or is that part of the Hyundai? I'm not sure. Anyway, John says, yeah, YT Premium is excellent. YouTube Premium is excellent. Bill H, my two favorite apps are Photos, probably Google Photos, and Smart Recorder. What is Smart Recorder, and is that a Google app, or is, I have to look that one up? I just read about it the other day. I do not like or use the telephone feature much anymore. Airplane mode with Wi-Fi is much better audio quality than using cell towers. All right. Kathleen Steed, that is Weiss Wireless. No, Weiss Wireless plugs, right? They're you plug them into an electrical socket, then you can plug the whatever is you plug it into that plug, whatever you want to plug in, and then you can control when that plug comes on or off, and you can have it timed, and it works through Wi-Fi and your phone.
Yeah, I use the Wemo plugs, and there was a special going on, and I bought a whole bunch of them. So as I get something new to plug in, I've got a plug already here. I don't have to order another one.
Smart.
Right. Well, one thing I got to tell everyone, this is something that I was talking, I'm doing a bunch of renovations in my house, and the electrical contractor was here this morning. I was talking to him, and I have a bunch of extension cords plugged in to, of course, these plugs, right? And he said, you shouldn't do that. He said, particularly for appliances, you should plug your appliance in directly into the wall. Don't run it on extension cords, or it can be hard on your appliances and damage them. So just if you're thinking of running extension cords to all your smart plugs and running them off your smart plugs, be careful with that, because you don't want to run extension cords on appliances.
Yeah,
Mike
I have
Lehman,
it.
yeah.
I have an extension cord. Well, it's the plug. It's got 4 plugs on it and 2 USB plugs, and it's all controlled with Miss A. So I can
Right.
turn off individual plugs on the extension.
Mike Lehman, my continuous glucose monitor has made a big difference for my diabetes management. Right. Absolutely. Good one. Jeff G, I bicycle to get around. I love Stravia to track my travels, and Radio Public to listen to podcasts while I ride. That's a good one. I guess go back to that. No, just go back to the
Wait a minute,
previous.
yeah, I know I hit the wrong button here.
Yeah, Jeff. Yes. So Jeff, I have an e-bike, and I ride a lot on my e-bike too, and I think that's great. I just always worry about listening to music while I'm riding. I figure I've got one accident left in my old bones, and I don't want to be in an accident, so I need all my senses around me. So I'm nervous about that. I think that's a great idea. I listen to a lot of music and listen to music while I walk, but I just get nervous using it on my bike.
Listening to podcasts.
Yeah.
Yeah, I listen to podcasts, but I also wear bone conductor headsets, so I can still hear everything around me.
But when I'm flying around on my e-bike, I really want to keep my wits about me. All right. Richard Clarkson, my two are Swirl for searching. Oh, yeah. Is an app on your phone. Oh, that's interesting. I haven't used. Bob talked about Swirl, but I didn't think about it as an app on the phone, and Keep for notes and pictures. Okay.
Let's see here. Where am I?
Jolin says, Blue Link is offered by Hyundai. I love being able to remotely start the car, heat it up in the winter, and turn on the AC. Cool. AC in the summer, so when it's ready. So that's cool. So if you do have a Hyundai, Blue Link is a possibility for you that'll connect it to your smartphone. Good one. I didn't know that. Dick Vogel, I have a satellite sensor for my Ecobee. Yeah, I've got 3 satellites in the house as well, right? It is located in bedroom, and Ecobee adjusts the heating, cooling, so it is comfortable wherever you happen to be. Yeah, that's really cool. So you can put different sensors in different rooms, and they'll average it out, and it knows where you sort of are, and then it'll adjust the the temperature for it. Yeah, it's cool. It's really interesting technology. Vale Williams, hey, how you doing, Vale? I think Vale's probably in Denver. Didn't they get a lot of snow lately? I think they got a big dump. My favorite is Life 360, a family location driving app which alerts me to any family members having difficulty while driving. That's a cool one. Life 360, good. Kathleen Seed, what is the reason for turning the plug on and off? Well, for example, my fancy smancy espresso machine, it needs to be preheated for 20 minutes. So I have it turn on 20 minutes before I get up so that I can get up and have coffee right away. So it turns it on, and then, but then it's turned off for the rest of the day when I'm not using it. So it'll turn on. It's like a remote timer.
And when I wake up in the middle of the night, I just tell Miss A, turn on the living room light or turn on the bedroom light,
Good
and
one, yeah.
it turns on. Yep.
Yeah. Well, Bill James is going to be doing a home automation for seniors starting Monday. So we'll be doing, so for the next 3 weeks, he's going to be doing all the things that seniors can do to use this technology to stay in their own homes. Right on Tech for Senior Monday. Don't miss it. Monday's going to be a great show. Doesn't it, Kathleen, see, doesn't it take a lot of time? Nope. Once you got it set up,
instantaneous.
You don't have to, and you don't have to get up and go to the lamp. You just tell it, and even if it's in the other room,
it just does it. And plus, it's all in a skin set it up for a schedule so that it wake every day it
have smart bulbs, so I just leave the light on and it turns it on and off when I ask, or on a schedule.
The other thing is, if you're out of the house and you want it to appear that you're home, you can, from your phone, tell it to turn the light on, even if you're at a restaurant or down the road or out of town, and turn on and off lights throughout the night to make it appear that you're turning on and off lights.
If you have Miss A, there's a built-in thing that comes with Miss A, and you just tell her that you are leaving. She will tell you, okay, I'll start guarding your home. And one of the functions it does while you're gone, if it's nighttime or periodically, lights go on, lights go off, if you have smart plugs or smart lights. So that's built in, and that's a free service within Miss A.
Dick Vogel, one feature of my Wise smart plugs I particularly like is their ability to turn lights on it for a period of time before sunset. Right. Yep. John says, I use Wi-Fi File Transfer Pro from Smart Droid to move the recordings to my laptop for editing. Okay, there's a good one, Smart Droid. Kathleen Steed, I look forward to all this new technology on Monday. So do I. We'll see what Bill has to say. Yes, indeed. All right, let's get on with it. You guys, we got to get going here. We've got to look at, let's look at, share our screen now.
We are never going to cover all the items that are out there.
Yeah, I know.
Never,
You'll never get to mine. I did mine at 4 o'clock this morning, and you guys just did me in.
Well, we'll go through these fairly quick, I think. Hold on, let me get this a little larger. Hold on a sec here. Go. Okay. Let's bring this over here. And we should come down. Okay. Let's see what we got. The first one. Well,
now you didn't refresh. Did you? Or maybe I didn't refresh.
Let me see.
But I think I did.
I just refreshed it. Let's see what we rolled the numbers. We rolled who is first.
Really, who is last?
There it is. You just passed it.
No, that's the live thing.
No, that's just the live thing. Yeah.
Yep.
These are just
going.
There you go.
Bob is first. All right, Bob, go ahead.
Why am I first? Okay.
Dream AI.
Dream AI is another one of those smart things where you tell it to do something and it creates an image. And this
If
one
you,
happens to be,
It's
yeah,
Dream AI.
Dream
yeah,
AI.
What
if
did
you
you tell it
click,
to do, Bob?
I asked for a Hawaii dreamscape. Now it's hard to see because you only see a tiny part of the picture. If you
yeah, if you
actually
click on the
click on
picture
it,
itself, yeah.
right, then you'll see the picture itself.
Okay. It's another AI, and they're all great, and I
Yep.
would encourage, yeah.
Most
Uh,
of the time I use DALI too, but Dreams does the same thing, Dreamscape.
right. Just this was one I posted. This is Garmin's new dash cam. Is basically a live streaming baby monitor for your car. We got a question last Monday. Greg was asking about dash cams. He's going to buy a dash cam for his car, and he was wondering about dash cams. We haven't really talked much about dash cams. I've owned a bunch of them. This is basically Garmin's new dash cam. And the thing about dash cams that's sort of cool is that they're now like Bob, because of his dongle he plug in. These are all connected to through LTE, so that they're online all the time, and they can monitor your car and look after it, even though when you're not there. So this is Garmin's new one. If you want to read more about it, that's the link. There's the link for you. This was Chrome will end support for several Windows version in days. Just a reminder, I'm sure Bob's going to be talking about this as well in his security news, is that if you are using a real old version of Windows, like Windows 8 or 7, then Chrome will be losing support for that. But you shouldn't be using those anyway, right, Bob?
Well, I mentioned this quite a while ago already
Did you?
because
Okay.
Google announced it quite a while. It is
Yeah,
now just coming up to the time when their support stops.
exactly. Now the next one was so the other there's two actually. This is out of CES. This is interesting. TCL, you know, my favorite TCL TVs I always talk about, is now the biggest Google TV brand globally as it shows off its 2023 lineup. So we'll be talking about it because what I don't know if we're going to get to the article, but Roku is bringing out their line of TVs now as well. So Roku will having, and probably TCL will make those, but of course TCL has Roku embedded in all their TVs as well. So very interesting, the TV issue. But yes, so that's I thought that was interesting.
Did you know
Um,
that Did you know that TCL also has a line of Chromebooks?
I did not know that, Huey.
Yes.
Very interesting. The other thing, Huey, I just put this up here mostly to remind everybody about our learning Chromebooks that we do once a month, because this is actually going to be Chromebook of the year. This is HP's Dragonfly Pro and Pro Chromebooks hands-on for CES, and these are modular as well. So this is out of CES, and I thought I'd just remind everyone that.
Yeah, they're clamshells. They don't go all the way around and turn into a tablet. They are strictly a regular laptop type of what they call them, a clamshell.
Right. And this is the article about Roku is launching its own smart TVs in the spring of 2023. This was announced at CES. So you're going to be seeing a whole new line of Roku TVs coming out. Now, how these are going to be different than or over TCL, I'm just not sure.
It'll have
Uh,
Roku built in.
well, so is TVs. So does yeah. Keeps Jolin keeps popping up here. What? Anyway, we will. There you go. And the other one, now, did you guys see this? This is a CES. This is a completely wireless TV that sticks to your window with giant suction cups.
I don't know if I want to do that with a TV. I mean, I've had other things like my Garmin in the car that sticks, by, and then it falls off when it gets too hot out or the sun hits it wrong. So I don't know if I want to chance that with a TV.
I don't know. This is this is pretty interesting. Anyway,
The whole idea that is you can move it anywhere you want
Yep.
without having to worry about the plug, but you do have a box that transmits to the TV, and that has to be plugged in. And I was kind of reading about it. It looked like you still have to plug in the TV to turn it on.
well, you'd have to have power to it, eh?
Yeah. So there is one wire, but it doesn't have the box, and it doesn't have all of the other things.
Right.
The wires and everything are connected to an external box.
This was a CES thing. This was blood pressure sensor to the next level. This is a company that's making blood pressure monitors with that fit on the end of your finger. I won't belabor this point, but of course, the the Samsung Galaxy 4 watch and 3 also take your blood pressure. I've done a video about how the technology all works. You can look on our YouTube channel and you'll see it, but you'll see other devices that are coming out with this as well. And I imagine this device is using the same technology.
The one thing about CES, not only do they show things that are coming out as far as pieces of equipment, a lot of it is strictly a sample of what's coming. There's sometimes what they show you, it's not really workable and so
Right.
on. But a lot of times it's just stuff that they've got planned. And what they're trying to do is sell it to other companies to incorporate in their products. So there's
Right.
a lot of medical stuff that is shown at CES that's not only not available now, it's not even really in a device.
So this next one, this was incredible. Samsung unveils a 2000 nit OLED display for its smartphones. Now, just give you an example. My Chromebook, which has it's a 400 nit. It was at the time I bought it. It had the it's a Pixel book. It had a 400 nit display, which was the brightest screen that they ever made. Now you see cell phones with 1,000 nits, right? But for 2,000 nits, that's good. This is going to be like you'll be able to use this in your house for lighting. I mean, it's going to be so bright.
Yeah, and
Be
for
able to
people
see
who
it
don't,
out. Be able to see it
sorry.
outside in bright sunlight.
Oh man, yeah, but
Yep.
2,000 nits, that's
Mm.
that's crazy bright.
And-
I
So,
wonder
for
how
those
it
who don't-
affects battery
for those that-
usage.
for those who aren't familiar with the term nit, it is a measurement of light.
right. Bob, my next computer.
Yes. AMD's Ryzen 7000 for mobile CPUs. Fast as all heck, as you can see. 16 cores. Wasn't that long ago we had 2 cores and we thought that was something.
Yep.
5.4 gigahertz speed.
Amazing.
Now if you have 1.4, it's okay.
Amber. Oh yeah, now what's with this, Bob?
I put that out there just for
I did a video
no.
about the Amber. I did the video
Yeah.
about the
this
Amber
is a
coffee
this
mug.
is a travel mug
Yeah.
which you can track if you have an Apple Find My app. Yeah, it uses
Oh.
the Apple Find My app. So if you
So
have
if
an iPhone and you have this travel mug, you'll always know where the travel mug is, even if you misplace it. Or maybe you're in one place and you thought you had it there, but you actually left it in the bathroom. You'll know where the mug is.
It's time to upgrade your mug,
Yeah.
Ron.
Yeah. So yes, I have the Amber, not the travel mug, but I have the Amber mug, and I did a whole video about the a whole video about it as well. So if you want to look on our YouTube page, you'll see it there. All right. This is Bob. This is for Ron and Bill. Fellows, Opus is a coffee grinder you want to show off. Oh, is this a new coffee grinder?
Yep, a brand new one.
Oh, really? Tell me what's great about this?
It does
grinds coffee.
everything. It does all the stuff that you want to or can think that a coffee, not just a grinder, but
Have a look at that. That's
Yep.
cool. Ray,
I think he froze up.
Ray,
I lost. Yep.
is Ray there?
I'm here. Are you here?
Yeah, you
Yeah,
froze
we didn't
up.
hear
Yeah,
you.
Ron.
You got lost.
Oh,
ahead.
I got lost.
Yeah.
Yes.
Go ahead, Ray.
Well, which one are you on? I'm still
How
looking
to
at
watch.
the
How to watch CES 23.
We don't see that.
How to watch
That's
it
right.
now. We've talked about this, but there's so much to watch with respect to CES. Now they've changed this year, as I mentioned last week. No masks are required. They're trying to get back to the way it used to be, but a lot of it is on YouTube. And there's 2 links in this article that are really good. One is called CES YouTube channel, and that link will bring you right to the channel that shows you all the presentations being done by all the major sponsors that are there. And then there's another one that says streaming their slideshow. And this one will take you to any presentation that's a slideshow, and you can. So it's impossible to watch everything at the same time. This site will allow you to focus from whatever time you have on the interest, on the presentations that interest you the most.
All right, cool. And you're and Ray, MS likely to add Chat GPT to Bing.
Right. Now, this will be where Microsoft, as we know, owns ChatGPT. And by putting it as part of their search engine with Bing, when somebody puts in a query, instead of just getting back links to where you can find that information, in many cases, you'll be able to get back a full report on what you've asked for. So, and this article goes on to point out that Microsoft is way ahead of Google in this respect. Google with Chrome is just beginning to look at this, where Microsoft is ready to go.
I had posted the same thing earlier, and I had added to it that hopefully this now means that Chat GPT will be updated, because currently it only gives you information up till 2021. But if they're going to use it in the search engine, it had better be up to date.
Just to let everybody know, there may be some people that are listening to this don't understand what Chat GPT is. Just briefly, I'll tell you, this is artificial intelligence software that actually creates content for you in the form of articles, usually. So you can just tell it what to write for you, and it will write it. Now, Huey, Bob, and I have been, well, I guess Ray, you've been playing with it as well. We've been using it this week, and like, it really blows you away. I've used other artificial intelligence this year. Some I've paid for, some I haven't, some is free, but none of them even come close to what this Chat GPT does. It's unfriggin' believable, and it's free. So that's what we're talking about. It's the talk of the town, so to speak, right now. So we'll see.
It's free for now. It may not be free forever.
Ray, you're right on that.
And I did mention in our discussions earlier before we went online that the city of New York has banned
that's coming
the
up
use
next.
of it. Yeah, it's banned the use of it in the school system computers.
Ray, tech trends for 2023.
Well, remember last week, Ron, you had us give our tech predictions for 2023, and this one now is predictions from experts. And
well, you guys are the experts.
I don't think so. And talks about the metaverse. Is that going to be around? The future of Matter. Matter is the standard to unify home gadgets, so you can control them with just one voice assistant. And what I think is going to be the big difference in this year is how the streaming services, particularly for movies, are really going to change and kind of merge together, and you'll find bundles available. So good article if you want to hear, as I said, from experts about the changes in 2023.
All right. Very good. There you go, Bob.
There it is. Yeah, there's the article.
Yeah, basically, you make yourself an expert in almost anything if you know how to use Chat GPT. Yep.
Well, I think that the sad part about this is, and then I know some of this was talked about on a number of shows this last week. I think they're taking a rather draconian approach because it's just not possible to stop people from using it, right? And I think the other parts of the country have looked at it and said, what we're going to do is we're going to incorporate it and discuss it with the students. They're going to actually maybe use it, and then we're going to come back and look at what it created and how you can learn from it and incorporate it into the school system rather than just saying you can't use it. Because if you say you can't use it, they'll use it because it's out there, right? And then if you're just not gonna, you need to draw it into the teaching anyway.
Ron,
You
I
need to
agree.
use it. You need to use it to stimulate your brain,
Right.
not to replace your brain.
Correct.
So,
Ron,
so
I
if
agree
you
with
use
you
it,
too. I'm old enough to remember when calculators were not allowed to be used.
Right. Yes.
Because
Yes.
we had to. Well, now so this will change for sure.
That's
I
right.
go back farther than that, Ray. I remember when we couldn't use ballpoint pens. You had to use a stick pen with ink.
Wow.
So if you want a blast from the past, who remembers a slide rule?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Yep.
Who remembers a slide rule? Does anyone know how to use a slide rule?
Not me.
Bob, does QI2 mean MagSafe is coming to Android? What's that about?
MagSafe is when things connect through magnetics. And if you have a smartwatch, if you have that little thing that just magically connects, like my smartwatch, to charge it, I have that little thing that just plugs on the back and it magnetically connects. And that's going to be coming to Android, and it'll be standardized so that it's easier to connect. You don't have to fumble or anything else. And we'll have standardization.
That's cool. Let's do a couple more here, and then I think we better do the any last questions. 5 things you need to 5 things you didn't know GPS could do. Make me coffee.
If you use GPS, you'll find out that GPS doesn't only get you from spot A to spot B.
Okay, good article. We'll have a look.
Interesting article. Yep.
Interesting. Okay. A junkyard of classic cars pays tribute to the heyday of the hot rod.
If you're into hot rods or if you're into old cars, this is where you're going to find lots and lots of them. And it's in a junkyard. Somebody who's devoted more or less their life to collecting old stuff.
Old stuff. Okay. Yes, this is the Bing Chat GPT article that we've talked about.
That's why I said, in order to
actually got
do
one
that,
of mine.
Gonna have to update. Yep.
So are you, Huey, are you taking pictures of Bob's cabin? Is this Bob? Is he down there going to be on the ship? Is this Bob's? Are we going to be watching Bob as he's on the ship? Is this some new technology?
But move down and so we can see what the title is.
Well, let's go down and see what the American Cruise Lines now provide SpaceX Starlink's internet to passengers. Oh, okay.
Yeah, so that's a name of the cruise line is American. It's not all of the ones that are from America. And they've added the Starlink as a service on the ship.
There you go. There you go. And maybe we can do one more of Huey's. What are file extensions?
Yeah, those of us who've been around computers a long time know what the extensions are and what they mean, but a lot of people who are new to computers or are not experts don't know what they are. And this is a nice article that explains what they are and what they're used for and why we have them.
Excellent.
Why they're important.
Unfortunately, most people never turn that feature on their computer. So they don't know that it's got a file extension. And you can't, without that, you can't tell the difference between what's a text file, what's an exe, an executable. So one of the features that maybe we ought to do a video on, how do you turn it on so you actually get to see the extensions?
So Huey, I thought we'd be watching Bob on the ship as he sailed around Hawaii. Is that you don't you don't have Starlink hooked up so we can keep an eye on Bob, eh?
No.
Oh,
That cruise line doesn't have Starlink.
no, really?
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only
Otherwise,
one.
it'd
And
be a
that's
lot
at America.
faster.
Huey, we got anyone? We got to wrap it up now because we're
No. I guess we've enthralled people so much with all the discussions they haven't made comments.
there's no more comments.
No,
No.
Oh, okay. Well, there you go.
and we got quite a few people watching us. So.
Yeah. Well,
And
thanks
it's
so
well-
much. Well, yeah. So anyway, listen, I guess, yeah, it's top of the hour. We got to go. Don't forget, this will be podcasted out. Don't forget the Monday show. We have a huge show for you Monday. Lots of interesting stuff. And Bob is actually going to give us a security news update, even though he won't be there. And he may even drop into the show from the ocean, and we can watch the waves lapping up against the ship. So, well, lots of good stuff happening.
We'll
We
have
want
to figure out the time zone difference. That'll be
They've been
fun.
waking you up a little early, Bob.
And don't forget my WinSig on Sunday.
WinSig on Sunday, yep. And then we've got our show on Monday, and yeah, it's going to be a busy week. So I want to thank everyone for coming, and we will see you same time, same place next week. John says,
See you on the ocean.
yeah, okay, all right. Have a good trip, Bob. All right,
Thanks.
thanks,
Bye, everybody.
everyone for coming. Bye now.